So some of these could be borrowed as a leaf. We could borrow this. We could borrow a leaf from this to incorporate in the MOOC that we're about to design. I've had some experience in participating in MOOCs. I participated in the MOOC, the mobile learning MOOC. Though, as you have already indicated, the dropout rate is really high, especially if a person doesn't have continuous connectivity and the person is having a very busy life, because you may have your colleagues out there who are always on their computers, are always on their mobile phones, but for you, you have to attend meetings here and there. You want to connect, but you fail to connect, and therefore something will go on and you're not there, so sometimes people get frustrated and they just say, I've been left behind, I can't be able to catch up. So issues to do with the connectivity and timing and pacing and so on are very important in the MOOC.
So for those of you, this is the website on the cancer control, and it looks like you did it in Google Sites. Is that correct? No. No? You did it in what platform? Categorization that we came up with yesterday, because we were brainstorming a bit and saying, what are the different things that we could test? And one of the new innovations in teaching in the D school is this concept of a pop-up course. And they're very short, they're very focused. It might be over a weekend, it might be 3 hours. It's not a 10-week course that students enroll in. They enroll in a very short session. It's very, very targeted. And so one of the things that we can test is what is the effectiveness of a super compressed course delivered as a MOOC or over a mobile platform. The other potential thing that we can test, and this is something that Keith Devlin talked about, is cohort-based MOOCs. So some MOOCs have open enrollment, and so you can just sign up anytime and you take it and it's self-paced and whatever, right? You go as fast as you want or as slow as you want. Other MOOCs have a designed start and end. It's only offered, spring quarter and that's it. And you miss it and you miss out. But there's something about having students come together and take it together as a cohort. And so one of the things that we can experiment with potentially, and these are just ideas to offer up for you to think about in the back of your mind, is a cohort strategy one that we want to use? Or does it turn out, again, for your local context, for your target audience? And you're going to have multiple target audiences. Maybe they wanted to do something that's self-paced. So that's an A/B split test that we could do. The other was in CMOOC. One of the original proposals that we considered was having to doing some sort of participatory action research. And one of our PhD students in the School of Education did this with using Wikipedia. And we did this as an idea. And the challenge, the problem that we were trying to address was issues of digital divide in the United States.
Incubators and the current price of incubators is very high. And the challenge to the D school students was come up with a better incubator, which is going to be much cheaper and much more readily available. So the students went off and did their design research and went to some hospitals where these incubators were. But unfortunately, they found the incubators were empty. And so they interviewed users and found out that actually the problem wasn't about availability of incubators, it was getting to the incubator. So they turned the problem on its head and came up with, on the bottom right, this little sleeping bag for a baby. And this was the way in which they were going to come to their overall goal of reducing infant mortality, was to design a very cheap, available sleeping bag to get babies to the incubator before they died. So they found out the real problem was actually getting to the incubator took too long and the baby would die. So it's a $20 baby warmer, doesn't need electricity, and like most good Stanford ideas, it's become a business, and they've been saving a number of lives and also making some money out of it. So that was an example of how iterative the process for design thinking really is. You're constantly reframing, coming up with prototypes, and those prototypes will then generate other insights. So I mentioned there were four sections. First section is need finding, and this is this deep empathy user-led research. So interviews with end users and beneficiaries, using observation to get into their worlds and understanding what their needs are, and this idea of deep immersion.